Tonight on Newsbeat, Ali Kadlabar tells us more about an easy way to vote from anywhere.
And an update on the Jussie Smollett incident that occurred 3 weeks ago.
Finally, Sophia Pullman has more about an event that connects students with employers in the art industry.
All this and more, Newsbeat starts right now.
Hello and welcome back to Newsbeat. I'm Kylie Maris.
And I'm Anna Jane Howell. Thanks for joining us.
LSU's presidential elections are coming up, so you might want to know an easy way to sign up and vote.
Ali Kadlabar goes in-depth on Turbo Vote, which allows you to vote from anywhere.
Thanks, guys. In the student government meeting last night, the Senate passed a bill to continue funding the Go Vote subscription to Turbo Vote. The student government voted to continue funding of $5,000 for 12 months for Turbo Vote, which is an online, quick way for students to register to vote from any electronic device. Co-author of the bill, Drake Brignac, who is a member of the organization Go Vote, discussed the importance of keeping Turbo Vote funded.
Go Vote was originally funded for the first time last year, and it lasted for 12 months. It cost $5,000. That funding runs out in less than a month. And with the governor election coming up, we don't really have a solidified way of paying for it, so we came to Student Senate to ask for that money to make sure that we could continue our mission and register as many students as possible.
Turbo Vote began on campus by the student organization Go Vote in 2014. In 2017, without Turbo Vote, only 60 students registered to vote through Go Vote. However, this past year, utilizing the QR codes on posters and screens throughout campus provided by Turbo Vote, the number of students that registered increased to 2,400 students. President of Go Vote, Zoe Williamson, discussed the importance of registering on Turbo Vote.
If they are wishing to register at their dorms, they should register now, because even if you move off campus next year, you can still keep your registration at your dorm and vote on campus.
Williamson emphasized the significance of voting and making sure your voice is heard as a college student.
So if we prove in 2019 that students are going to show up, they are going to make their voice heard, and they are going to actually make a difference in the election, then the legislators that go into office in 2020 are going to go in knowing that students are watching their every move, and they're there to hold them accountable and keep their higher education funding and keep their TOPS funding.
If you haven't registered to vote yet, take a few minutes to register now on Turbo Vote, found on My LSU, TigerLink, and lsu.turbovote.org. For Tiger TV, I'm Ali Kadlabar.
Thanks, Ali. Thursday morning around 5 a.m., Empire actor Jussie Smollett turned himself in on charges of filing a false police report. On January 29th, Smollett claimed that two men came up to him shouting racial and homophobic slurs, then proceeded to tie a rope around his neck. According to Chicago police, the attackers were two Nigerian brothers that paid Smollett $3,500 to commit these acts. Video evidence of the brothers purchasing the items used in the attack has been released. Smollett denies having any part in orchestrating the attack, and his attorney says the actor plans to mount a, quote, aggressive defense. Smollett could be facing up to 3 years in prison and might have to pay for the cost of the investigation if found guilty.
Well, with all of the negative publicity that Greek life at LSU has been cultivating lately, the future of LSU Greek life might not be so dim.
Abigail Hendren takes a look at what Greek life is supposed to be all about.
The umbrella organizations that represent Greek life at LSU send first-year members to a weekend-long retreat called Empower, which was held at the Camp Abbey Retreat Center this year. Each chapter can send 8 members to represent them at the retreat, where they were given opportunities for leadership and development. The goal, to promote positive change and to have a good time.
Empower is life-changing, because it's definitely changed my life in the way that I look at things.
Participants spend the weekend learning more about the 3 Greek councils, their chapters, and how to make the most of their Greek experiences. The Empower experience is described by its participants to be, quote, quite impactful.
To really grow as a whole Greek community and give each person the skill to grow in their own chapters. So that's really our goal going into it, is to get people to go out of their comfort zone and kind of.
In light of recent allegations, members of the Delta Kappa Epsilon fraternity were not in attendance at this year's retreat.
Thanks, Abigail. With February being African American History Month, the Minority Women's Movement Club wanted their theme for this month's meeting to reflect that.
The MWM meet twice a month, and the meetings are supposed to cultivate connections and friendships among minority women at LSU. They also participate in philanthropies around campus in the Baton Rouge area. MWM was started in 2014 by 7 women of different ethnicities, hoping to bring cultural awareness and togetherness.
The organization's meetings give women a place to speak openly about their concerns involving their race, and they truly feel like a family.
We're like a family, you know, we're there for the girls when they have something. We have something called pub time, whereas any girl that's in another organization wants to pub and wants to give out, and we go and we support our own.
The Minority Women's Movement strives to help other minority groups on campus, as well as bring awareness to their causes.
If you're interested in attending a meeting, keep up to date with their Instagram at LSUMWM.
Are you interested in going into the arts and design industry?
Tiger TV reporter Sophia Pullman attended an event on campus that will help students connect with future employers.
That's right, guys. The Art Design Career Networking Day was held Wednesday in the Student Union Royal Cotillion Ballroom. This event gave students the opportunity to network and get tips on how to job search within the art and design market. Students were also given tips on how many companies prefer to receive portfolios. Jessie Down, director of LSU Olin Career Center, hosted the event and believes it's a great way for the students to feel comfortable within their career field before graduation.
It's a day for students in the Art and Design College or students interested in the art and design field, where over 43 employers from across the country are here to connect with students about internships or full-time jobs in the industry.
For more information on how to get your career started before graduation, visit www.lsu.edu/career center.
Thanks, Sophia. After the break, sports reporter Zach Nunez is in studio to tell us about what has basketball coach Will Wade feeling sick.
And we'll give you a recap of the Southeastern game LSU played against them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
No, I would have left too with 37 seconds left if I could have. It's embarrassing we've lost 2 home games. We're 7-0 on the SEC on the road, and we've lost 2 home games. I feel terrible for our fans, the hard-earned people that work and put their money to come watch us play. It's sickening to me. Sickening to me. Absolutely sickening.
After another heartbreaking home loss to Florida, the Tigers once again find themselves in second place in the SEC standings. Coach Will Wade was visibly upset following the game and hopes that his team can eventually overcome scrappy teams like the Gators.
I'll say this, I mean, when our season ends, we're going to lose to a team like this. This is the same type team Missouri is. It's the same type team. There's a certain type team that gives us a lot of problems. And, whenever our season ends, wherever that is, it's going to end just like this. It's going to be the same way because we just don't have some of that stuff to beat some of these teams. And we're either going to develop that over the next couple of weeks or that's how it's going to end. And it's really that simple.
LSU will look to rebound following the tough loss to the Gators on Saturday as they take on the 5th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers at 11 a.m. in the PMAC. Now from the hardwood to the diamond, the number 1 ranked baseball team is 4-0 to start the season, but a few of their wins have not been very inspiring. The Tigers faced in-state rival Southeastern on Tuesday night, and the Lions gave LSU more than they could handle offensively. But with only 4 outs left, junior closer Todd Peterson took to the mound and struck out 2 of the final 4 batters to secure the win for the Tigers. Coach Paul Maneri was frustrated with the team's performance at the plate, but was very impressed with Peterson's performance on the mound.
And I just thought our approach at the plate tonight was just not very good. Conversely, Sunday it was great. Today it was not very good. We made a lot of easy outs. We were very fortunate to even scratch the runs across that we did because it was not a stellar offensive performance by any stretch of imagination. And fortunately, our bullpen came in and did a terrific job for us, starting with Beck and Fontenot and Peterson at the end. My goodness, was he fired up. But all of a sudden, we got a 1-run lead going to the 9th, and I'm saying to myself, well, we're going to find out if we got a chance to win some games in the SEC this year, see if Todd Peterson can close them out. And he went out there and was absolutely dominant in the 9th inning, so that was very encouraging for our team.
The Tigers hope for a little bit more pop in their bats this weekend as they host the Bryant Bulldogs. After the break, the seemingly never-ending cuts to tops might be coming to an end. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
For the first time in almost a decade, the TOPS Louisiana Scholarship isn't on the chopping block.
A state committee in charge of reviewing dedicated funds chose to protect a portion of TOPS assistance yesterday. 20% of TOPS comes from tobacco settlements that are specifically dedicated to funds and cannot be used for other services or programs.
That amount alone assists 50,000 Louisiana students. Governor John Bell Edwards is scheduled to give his first executive budget tomorrow, which so far doesn't include any cuts to higher education.
Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. For more news, you can keep up to date with us on tigertv.tv and our social media pages. For Tiger TV, I'm Kylie Maris.
And I'm Anna Jane Howell. Thanks for joining us, and good night, Tigers.